Katie and Cody would do in that exact same scenario is very different. Katie would be like, am I?
But 100%. I'd be like, Jonathan, thank you.
You're on fire.
Quote, tweet, retweet,
Wow.
little fire emoji. That's what I would do.
Okay, well, I want to dig into this a little bit so people don't think we just have Trump derangement syndrome, right? He's trying to do something good. We pay too much for drug prices. Let's pay less. There have been
I'd love
efforts,
to pay less.
typically by the Democratic Party, to either make it so that Medicare and Medicaid can negotiate with drug companies collectively for lower prices. Something like this was put into the Inflation Reduction Act, so it's actually going to be happening over time. So a lot of the drug prices going down could be attributed to that.
It's Trump stuff. It's what Trump's doing.
But also, all it says is it's the most favored nation policy. So we just have to, we will pay the equivalent of what the lowest price country pays, which makes me think that a lot of those other countries will just have their prices go up.
Which I don't love either.
That seems likely. They're not going to be like, okay, America, the richest nation in the world, simply pay this low price. They're just going to raise prices.
Right.
And so we have to keep paying a lot.
And it is very complicated why the US pays more. By the way, we pay more for brand name drugs. We don't pay more for generic drugs. We actually pay less for most generic drugs, but we pay so much more for those brand name drugs. It kind of doesn't even offset it. We still pay a lot more.
A lot of the generic brands are very expensive too, but
on average. So yeah, it's very complicated, but part of it is that in other countries, they have national health services and universal health care where the government can negotiate drug prices collectively, which is kind of what Trump is trying to do here. But of course, we don't have the, Medicare for all system to back it up. So kind of unclear what will happen.
It is very unclear. It's an executive order. It's not something substantive. I think that we would all love to see the needle moved in the cost of drug prices, but it is also a drop in the bucket of this whole system that you just articulately said was complicated, Jonathan, and it is. I think the conversation online was very interesting afterward. I mean, we're still waiting for details and more information, etc. But a lot of the framing of like, oh, can't wait to see Democrats completely shit all over this because they're actually in bed with Big Pharma. There was some criticism of, what are we, socialists now?
I've seen a lot of that.
And a lot of people flip-flopping about this specific conversation about, it being proposed in the past or conversations of this ilk. And of course, we don't want that because it's socialist. But now, actually, the way Donald Trump will do it is perfect and beautiful and the epitome of capitalism. I don't know. Very confusing to get a real temp pulse out there.
Yeah, it's actually pretty insidious and dishonest. I think I've seen a lot of people be like, "Wow, Trump is a socialist." That's not what this is. I've seen that from a lot of like the Jonah Goldbergs of the world, a lot of like right wing like Never Trump folks, and a lot of proud neoliberal centrist accounts. Who run like neoliberal accounts, be like, wow, Trump's a socialist, price fixing, this. Like, that's not what that word means at all. It's very, very dishonest. And first of all, does that mean like when Buttigieg was working at McKinsey, he was doing socialism when they fixed bread prices? I don't think so. But it is another attempt to just weirdly punch left and demonize the left while you're criticizing Trump and trying to frame them. It's like this. It's like, what is this weird resentment you have that forces you to use words incorrectly to like demonize people to your left when the guy, he's over there. He's right over there. What are you doing? It's very, very gross, actually.
Well, because Trump is none of these things. He's not like, obviously Trump is extremely right wing when it comes to immigration and several other things, but he also just wants to dictator his way to like people liking him, right? He wants people to like him. He's like, well, what can I do? Everyone wants drug prices lowered, so I'll do that. Like even in dictatorships, since one person gets to decide what happens, they will sometimes do things that people like. but they're not, well, in this situation, he's running up against the constitutional constraints. So we'll see the lawsuits. There should be legislation that does this, et cetera. But also, there are back-end effects to this. And I don't know if that is in R&D. I don't know if it's the prices of other things going up. I don't know if it's certain, drug companies from other countries pulling out of the U.S. market. People can't get their pills. I don't know what this means, but he is not thinking of second and certainly not of third order impacts.
No.
He's just being like, lower the thing.
On the
So
paper,
people like
it
me,
goes, yeah,
right?
exactly.
It is a ploy. It is a big splashy headline. It is him truth socialing. It is JD Vance saying boss on fire.
Boss on fire.
Jesus Christ.
Emoji, without anything substantive and an opportunity for at least the people online to do to mouth off, to say their opinions, and then we move on. And I don't know what we'll see from this. And again, would be thrilled if my mother's migraine medicine didn't cost $1,000
Yeah, migraine stuff is
Migraines
expensive.
are rough. Yeah,
every month.
It just seems like the main effect initially will be what we've already talked about, which is that prices everywhere will go up so that we aren't paying this low number that poorer countries are paying. We're not getting the deal we want, and we're also making other people suffer for it, which is like their whole MO. Like, it's America first, and not just America first, but everybody else last is the goal.
Well, right. And the executive order specifically says we're going to get these in line with comparably developed nations. But that is not really, like, how specific is that? What's the list of developed nations that we're being compared to? And who makes that
do they
list?
have socialized medicine?
Well, sure. Like, we're at a disadvantage because we don't have socialized medicine, right? Okay, so this is a clip of Trump and explaining one of his major inspirations for wanting to do this.
I mean, I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine who's a businessman, very, very, very top guy. Most of you would have heard of him. A highly neurotic, brilliant businessman, seriously overweight, and he takes the fat shot drug. And he called me up, and he said, President, he calls me, he used to call me Donald, now he calls me President, so that's nice respect. But he's a rough guy, smart guy, very successful, very rich. I wouldn't even know how we would know this, but because he's got comments. President, could I ask you a question? What? I'm in London, and I just paid for this damn fat drug I take. I said, it's not working. He said, I just paid $88. And in New York, I pay $1,300. What the hell is going on?
So this is the inspiration behind it, isn't it?
His rich friend, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Well, I don't know who it is. It's someone who he thinks is very fat, and when they take it, it doesn't work. He says, President. I said, it doesn't.
Who else would it be?
Oh my God. Yeah. So you pay $88 for Ozempic in London, and it's $1,300 here. The rich people can't get their Ozempic cheap, so that's why I'm doing this. He's so rich. I don't know how rich he is. How do we know it?
He couldn't even pretend that he knew a poorer person, a slightly less well-off person. He's like, yeah, my rich friend can't pay the amount of money he can absolutely afford, like a thousand times over. Like, he couldn't do it for a second. Just like my rich buddies can't do their fat shot, which isn't working, by the way. What a guy. That was really funny.
It's very
That was funny. Lots of thoughts.
Also, to lib out a little bit, he looks especially peach today. Like, it looks like he ate the wrong Wonka bar or something. It's changing his color. He looks so bronzed and weird.
You know what, Jonathan, to be
Diet
fair,
Cokes.
we are in the in-between seasons here. We're transitioning from winter to summer, and no one's got their skin tone right. It's really hard to match your makeup to your neck. We all can relate, right?
Sure. No,
totally
I just
true.
I think it looks like he's jaundiced, and I'm sticking to that. He also, we're not going to play this clip. He also says he made up the word equalizing.
What?
He's like, basically what we're doing is equalizing. It's a new word that I came up with. I
Come
think it's
on,
probably
man.
the best word.
Stop making stuff up and telling me that it happened.
It has happened.
Like, absurd.
Basically, what we're doing is equalizing. There's a new word that I came up with, which I think is probably the best word. We're going to equalize.
The second term is much worse in so many different ways. We're going to get to some of the ways. He's still doing that thing where just like whatever he